Running in the Family, a memoir by Michael Ondaatje. Before getting into the memoir, we could see some details about the writer Michael Ondaatje. He was born in 1943 and he is a Sri Lankan born Canadian writer. He is recognized as poet, fiction writer and essayist. He has written many works and he received the Booker Prize in 1992. Running in the Family is a memoir. A memoir is a form of writing in which the writer he focuses on one part of life. He records his life experiences, giving importance to his emotions, feelings and experiences. This memoir, Running in the Family, it was first published in 1982. It is a fictionalized memoir and it is written in postmodern style. This memoir is about his return to his native island of Sri Lanka in the late 1970s. This memoir's focus falls on his father, Mervyn Ondaatje. The writer, Michael Ondaatje, he comes to Sri Lanka to get details about his father, Mervyn Ondaatje. When he writes this memoir, he settles in Canada and in a particular point of time, he wants to move to his native place, Ceylon, that is Sri Lanka. This memoir has 7 sections and for each section we have the title. The first section, it has the title Asian Rumors. When the memoir opens, Michael Ondaatje, he describes his dream. In his dream, he could see his father Mervyn in a jungle with so many dogs. He feels disturbed because of his dream. That nightmare makes him to travel to Ceylon. Before starting his journey, he meets his siblings and they have their discussion and they plan to come to Ceylon. So finally, Michael Ondaatje and his sister Gillian, they come to Ceylon to know about his father. Then they meet Aunt Phyllis. Aunt Phyllis is one of the most important characters. She is an old lady. She has memories and stories of the past, particularly about Ondaatje's parents. They could get details about his father Mervyn with the help of Aunt Phyllis. Next we have second section. It is titled as A Fine Romance. And in this section, Michael Ondaatje, he recalls his parents' early years in the 1920s and 1930s. Michael Ondaatje's father Mervyn has wealthy parents. They support him a lot. And when Mervyn was in his 18, they sent him to Cambridge for university. But Mervyn, he tells lies to his parents. He uses his tuition fee and he enjoys his time with his friends. He goes to parties, he drinks alcohol and he attends so many parties with his friends. But one day, Mervyn's parents, they come to know about his life. Then after few days, Mervyn comes to his parents and he tries to get permission to marry Doris. Even though their parents they deny for this marriage. Mervyn finally marries Doris, that is the mother of Michael Ondaatje. They get married. Both of them, they attend so many parties and they get involved in drinking. But when Mervyn's close friend Francis, he drowns to death because of his over drinking, that incident gives many changes in their life. Doris, she comes out from the habit of drinking and attending so many parties, and she gives importance to take care of her children. She also tries to change Mervyn's attitude and behavior, but it becomes useless. Mervyn is unable to come out from his habit of drinking. Then we have the next section. It is titled as Don't Talk to Me About Mattis. In this section, the writer, he details the history of colonialism and invading foreigners in Ceylon in 1600. Then Michael Ondaatje and Gillian, they visit an ancient church where their Dutch ancestors' bodies were buried. Then in this chapter, as a Sri Lankan Canadian writer, Michael Ondaatje, he feels as a foreigner in his native place, Ceylon. Next section titled Eclipse Plumage. In this chapter, Michael Ondaatje, he describes the character Lalla. Lalla is a maternal grandmother to Michael Ondaatje and the mother of Doris. Lalla is described as a strong-willed and determined lady. Lalla marries Willie Krashen. They have a very happy life. But later, Willie dies. After Willie dies, Lalla is forced to take care of her family without the help of her husband Willie. In order to save her children, Lalla runs her own dairy farm. She gets money from that dairy farm. She grows up her children. When she is in her 60s, she meets her brother Vere. Vere is a character. He is a bachelor. He is a brother of Lalla. Both of them, they get their time. They drink and they get involved in playing cards. One day they drive up into the mountains. Lalla comes to know that very soon she is going to meet her death. She drinks a lot and she steps out the door and there is a heavy flood. That flood drowns her. Next section we have the prodigal. In this section, Michael Ondaatje, he describes Ceylon's nature and wild animals. And he also talks about Mervyn's habit of taking long trips. Mervyn, he one day steals a fellow military officer's gun and hijacks trains. And in the next chapter, what we think of married life. In this chapter, Ondaatje visits his half-sister Susan. Then he records his parents' marital life and their separation too. After 14 years of their marriage life, Doris takes the children and leaves from Ceylon. Then after that, in order to save her children, Doris goes to work. She works at a hotel. Then we have the next section, the Ceylon actors and Succulent Society. In this section, Mervyn goes to the hotel where Doris works. He goes there in order to meet Doris. But Doris, she is not ready to meet Mervyn. At last, Mervyn becomes so upset. He gets confession with his friends and records that his long suffering with crippling fear and anxiety makes him to get involved in drinking. Then the writer Michael Ondaatje, he explains his love for his father Mervyn. And at the end part of this memoir, Michael Ondaatje, he describes his last morning in Ceylon. He listens to the sounds and smells of the native Ceylon. Thank you.